Now we are going to start a very important point of view from the CBSE, a topic called calculus, which weighs 50 marks in the CBSE examination. The topics which will be included in the calculus are limits, continuity, then differentiation, then the application of derivatives, then indefinite integration and then definite integration. We will discuss few of the topics. First of all, we will start with the limits and continuity. Limits, as the name suggests, is just approaching case towards someone. The word limit has exact meaning in mathematics as in general life. When we are approaching toward any destination, we start saying that we have reached the station, but actually we are not at point. Similarly, when we take the approaching value to a number, we take as a case of limits. Let us consider this thing with an example. Supposingly, we have to reach at this point. We can reach this way as well as this way. When we are very near to it, we say this is approaching or limit. Say what I mean to say is, say when we write x is approaching to 2, means x is not equal to 2, x may be 1.9999 or x equals to 2.00001 or so. When x is approximately equal to some value, we say that limit x is approaching toward 2. Say for example x is approaching toward 5 would mean x is approximately 5. Approximately 5 but not equal to 5. But not equal to 5. In general, when we talk of the limits, in mathematics, limits means converting impossible to possible. What I mean to say is, when we say limit x is approaching to 0, sine of some value over that value, sine of x over x is in radians, no doubt, x is in radians. If we directly put x equals to 0, there is no meaning, sine 0 over 0. This is called non-determinate term or not defined term. Determinate term, or in short, not defined term. So we have to simplify by taking very close values, approximately x equals to 0 but not x equals to 0. Say sine of 0.001 over 0.001. This is very much slightly above the 0 value. When we see from the tables, we find this value comes out approximately equals to 0.001. Divided by 0.001, we get the 1. So we say that this limit is always equals to 1 when x is approximately equal to 0 but not equals to 0. Similarly, we might take another values, limit x tending to 0 e to the power x minus 1 over x. This will also come out to be 1. If x is approximately equals to 0 but not 0, if we take 0, so 0 by 0, that is not determined term, so we cannot have any meaning. So in limits we always convert impossible if we put direct to the possible if we put very much near to 0 or very much near to the impossible factor. So now we got certain limits to find out. Let us do one by one with one example on each. The limits are, few important limits. First, limit x tending to 0, sin x by x is 1. Limit x tending to 0, cos x equals to 1. Limit x tending to 0, tan x by x equals to 1. When this we write, this also mean limit x tending to 0, x upon sin x is 1, and so on. The reciprocal might be taken, and second terms These are called the trigonometric limit. Another is are called exponential limits. Limit x tending to 0, e raised to the power x minus 1 upon x equals to 1. Limit x tending to 0, log of 1 plus x by x is 1. And third one is called algebraic limit. Limit x tending to a, x to the power n minus a to the power n over x minus a is n a n minus 1. Now, these few limits are used to evaluate the certain limits. We will explain with the questions. For example, we want to find 1 minus cos x, limit x tending to 0, 1 minus cos x upon x sin x. What will be this value? If we straight away put x as 0, 1 minus cos 0, so 0 by 0 form. 0 into something, sin into 0 is 0. So this is 0 by 0 form, so called non-determinate term. We cannot say this is the answer. We have to simplify this. We apply the formula for 1 minus cos x. Do you know the formula? Yes, 2 sin square x by 2. Now x, and here it is sin x. We have a degree of 2 sin square. We divide the numerator and denominator by x square. Limit x tending to 0, 2 sin square x by 2. We divide the denominator and multiply. Now we divide this denominator also by x square, x sin x by x square into x square. What we will have from this discussion, limit x tending to 0, we take 2 out of this limit, and if x is 0, what can you expect about x by 2? That will also be 0. X by 2 tending to 0, sin x by 2 over x by 2 squared, and it is x square by 4. Now 1x cancels with this. Limit x tending to 0, sin x by x into x square by 1. This limit becomes 1, this limit becomes 1. 1 squared x square by 4 over 1 into x square by 1. 2 upon 1 x square into 1 upon 4 into x square. On cancellation, this gives 1 by 2 as the answer. Now this way we have to simplify the limits. Now this was the concept of limits. You can do as many questions as you want to explore your knowledge toward the limits. Now we will consider the concept of continuity related to the limits. Continuity is again the case of limiting approach towards something. Continuity means approaching from 2 points at one points from 2 directions basically. We consider the case of continuity as when we obtain left hand limit equals to right hand limit equals to value of the function at a. When we obtain these 3 things equal, from graphical point of view we can say that when we are approaching from this direction at this point, from this direction at the same point, and the value itself is same. So we say the function is continuous. Let us consider this by an example. Let us consider fx equals to modulus of x minus 1. We consider its continuity at x equals to 1. Let us consider the continuity of this function at x equals to 1. As you people might be knowing that the modulus function has its values as x minus 1 if x is greater than 1, 1 minus x if x is less than 1. Now Considering these two cases, we will apply the left hand limit. What does the left hand limit means? Left hand limit means a value slightly less than 1. What will be the value of this function? Let us calculate this. Limit x tending to 1 minus, which means slightly less than 1 of fx. We will write like this: limit h tending to 0 f of 1 minus h. Evaluating this limit means putting the value of this. Since the value is less than 1, we will put the value in this, because modulus of x minus 1 has the value 1 minus x if x is less than 1. So, limit h tending to 0, 1 minus x is 1 minus h. Limit h tending to 0, 1 minus 1 plus h. So, that will be limit h tending to 0 h, that is 1. Now, RHL, limit x tending to 1 plus. RHL means value slightly above 1 of fx. Limit h tending to 0 f of 1 plus h. Limit h tending to 0 f of, now we will consider this case because x is slightly above. F of 1 plus h means 1 plus h minus 1. So that is limit h tending to 0 of h, that is 0. So this is again 0, both the times it has come out to be 0. Therefore we find LHL equals to RHL. Now last thing, to prove continuity we have to check the value at x equals to 1, f of 1. What will be the f of 1? We will put the value directly in this. F of 1 will become modulus of 1 minus 1, that is 0. So what we find, left hand limit equals to right hand limit equals to f of a. Therefore function is continuous at x equals to 1. So this is the way to prove the continuity of a function at any point. We take less than value, we take more than value, and we take the value itself in the function. We calculate all the limits. If they are found to be equal, we say that this function is continuous at the given point. Otherwise, if one of the values is different, we say the function is not continuous at the point.